So this guy takes 4 months off. 4 months off for paternity leave. I mean, he didn't have a baby. Someone else had the baby. And he's still in a public position. That's the thing. We are his employer. I pay taxes. Y'all pay taxes. Did we give him permission to do this? When you run for public office and you were in this particular position, no, there are certain things that you don't get to do anymore. You forfeit them by accepting the job. But he wanted a public position very badly. He wanted the position and the prestige that came with it, but he didn't want to do the work. See? So there's the rub. 4 months this guy was away. Yeah, he ran for president. And then I think Democrats decided to, kind of keep him on the burner, kind of keep him on the stovetop to keep him warm. So they put him in this position. The problem is he don't know nothing about transportation. I mean, they literally called him Pothole Pete. He was mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and they literally called him Pothole Pete. Google it. How in the hell does that guy get to be director of transportation? So, Kane, you can't say stuff like this in Slack now.
I can say it in Slack if I want.
Guys are, I'm telling you, you tempted me. Now, the defense that he had was that, but he was in touch with everybody the entire time. Oh, except, says a watchdog, he wasn't. The Secretary of Transportation, apparently, not only was he not qualified for the job, but apparently also when he was out for his however many months, I mean, I've had kids. I wasn't even out for 3 months. Oh my gosh, not at all. When he was out, he apparently turned down requests for calls and Zoom meetings, all with Democrats and Republicans. He was not available 24/7. Protect the Public's Trust, which is a government watchdog organization, PPT. They released a whole bunch of information. They had receipts, so they published the receipts. Oh man. They FOIA'd and they sued the government to get all this information. They show that he denied requests by all kinds of Democrats and Republicans during his paternity leave. One of those was from Chuck Grassley. That tells a very different story to what he's trying to use to defend himself. They said that the Department of Transportation was refusing all these requests for these lawmakers to have conversations with him during his paternity leave. The supply chain crisis was raging. Lawmakers wanted to discuss resolutions, particularly involving a $1.2 billion bridge project nearing completion. And Buttigieg's office, according to the documents, spurned lawmakers' appeals. No, currently the secretary is on leave due to the birth of his twins. Perhaps we can aim for a meeting when the secretary returns from his leave. Those were verbatim suggestions. They never offered a date or time, ever. And he did not return from his paternity leave until, like, for instance, they measured Grassley's request. That was weeks after. Actually, a month after. So, and he they had no formal delegation of his authority, and it caused absolute chaos. So Department of Regulations, usually they assign authority. And this piece here, this is from their press release, the government watchdog's press release. So they delegate authority and all kinds of tasks and all of that when someone's out, right? I mean, granted, somebody gets sick, you maybe have to have surgery, something. And apparently this was not done, and it created sheer chaos. They said that attorneys across the department were forced to engage in frantic conversations, resolving issues of delegation of authority around a large loan program and other issues. Oh, because they have legally mandated reports that they have to submit to Congress, and he wasn't even able to do that. Everybody was freaking out trying to get this stuff done because he just wasn't there doing his job. The director of the watchdog group said, "As a father myself, I understand being a parent is the most important job." He says, but the Secretary of Transportation's obligations to the American public are 24/7. And he's right. We had FAA, you had supply chain, all kinds of stuff. When you're going for public office, you don't get to tell taxpayers, no, I'm on break right now. I'm on leave. Oh, then don't beg for the job. Then leave. Leave the position. because it is a 24/7 job. By God, if you're getting our taxpayer dollars that we work so hard for a non-Article 1, Section 8 unnecessary function of government, then you better be in that position earning those dollars 24/7 when we call. When we say jump, you say how high. When we snap our fingers, you better apparate out of thin air. That is what you owe to the taxpayer. He's a grifter. Pete Buttigieg is a lazy, unmotivated Nepo baby. And he wants the prestige of titles without the work. This Prince Harry syndrome, man, is affecting a lot more than just one person across the pond, let me tell you.